Once upon a time, in a certain kingdom, there lived a beautiful girl called Mmasi. Mmasi was known as the most beautiful girl in the whole kingdom. But what made her stand out among other girls was her kind heart, her respect for her elders, and her hardworking spirit. Mmasi lives with her uncle, Onyowa, who has a wife named Oge and two daughters named Adako and Chizoba. Onyowa and his wife Oge despised Mmasi very much. They hated the fact that Mmasi was more beautiful than their own daughters. And not only was she more beautiful, but was also praised by their villagers for her hard work and respect. Adako and Chizoba, seeing that their parents did not like Mmasi, encouraged some of their friends to maltreat and scorn her, but all this did not bother or make her change her ways. One day, the village town crier came to the village square and announced to the villagers that the king has decided to choose a wife for himself. The town crier informed them that the king has ordered all the young maidens to come to the palace in the next market day. He told them that any maiden who is single and of age is eligible to attend. This announcement caused an excitement among the villagers. Every family with a grown-up daughter or daughters started getting them ready for the big day. Onyowa and his wife Oge joined others in preparing their daughters for the gathering. They refused to allow Mmasi to follow their daughters to the palace. When all the maidens have gathered at the palace, the king disguised himself as one of the servants. When he came to serve the maidens, some maltreated him because he was a servant. Others laughed and insulted him. The king was saddened by this, for he could not believe that all the maidens who had visited the palace are all ill-mannered and unkind. He told his right-hand man that he will go and search for himself a wife from their neighboring kingdom. The next day, the king set out on his way to the neighboring kingdom, dressed as a beggar. On his way, he met Mmasi, who was coming from the village stream. He begged her for water. Mmasi gave him water to drink. The king asked her name and where she lives. The next day, the king visited her in her uncle's house, dressed as a beggar. Mmasi's uncle and his wife made fun of her, telling her why their daughters are at the king's palace trying to win the heart of the king. She, Mmasi, was here making friends with an ordinary beggar. Mmasi told her beggar friend not to mind her uncle and his wife, that every human being is important and exceptional in their own ways. Touched by her kindness and sincerity, he invited her to follow him to somewhere. He took her to the palace, and when he was asked by Mmasi why he brought her to the palace, he told her that he wants to collect something from one of the servants. He told her to wait for him to come out. As Mmasi was waiting for the beggar to come out, Adaku, Chizoba, and some of the maidens saw her. They laughed at her and told her that if she came to the palace so that the king will see her and marry her, that she has no chance of that, considering that she has no good clothes on. As they were still making jest of Mmasi, the king entered, dressed in his kingly attire. When they saw him, they were all surprised. The maidens saw that the servant who they insulted was actually the king. And Mmasi was also surprised, for her friend, whom she thought was a beggar, was actually the king of her village. The king went and took Mmasi's hand, telling the other maidens to go home to their parents, for he has found himself a wife and a queen to the kingdom. This was how Mmasi, the poor orphan, became the queen of her kingdom. This story teaches us about kindness to other people and meekness no matter the position we find ourselves in. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel as it will help me grow. Bye. See you in my next video.